Hello, this is my first Instagram live. So I was starting to do my mermaid waves and I thought I would, for the last few pieces, show how I do it. So I got this about a year ago and I'm still learning how to master it. The front always gets me for some reason. But this is the Wave Artist bed head. And like I said, I got this a year ago and I got it at But I've done most of my hair already. I didn't do this front piece here because these front pieces always get me. Like sometimes they come out, sometimes they don't. So I leave them to the end and then if they mess up, then I just work with them. But I still got some pieces of hair. So what I do, and I always do this on like second or third day hair. So I never do it on freshly washed hair because it doesn't hold as well. And plus, like for me, for example, yesterday I washed and blow dried and straightened my hair yesterday. And then this morning I woke up and I filmed our live workout. And so my hair got a little sweaty and it wasn't as straight anymore. So that's when I will blow dry it. I'll add dry shampoo and then just kind of blow dry the sweaty roots after I take my shower. And then I will wave it. I'll either wave it or I will go back and curl it. But today I thought I would do some waves. So as you can see, it's pretty simple. All I'm doing is clamping it and moving it down. And I never do it all the way to the end. So I'm grabbing about, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2-inch pieces of hair. And I have a lot of hair. So this isn't a super fast hairstyle, but it lasts me for a couple of days. Now here's the moment where it compromises the hairstyle. So when you're going in the front, like the bang area, and this is what I always try to do. Sometimes it works, it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't, but I don't go all the way to the top. I start a little bit lower and leave a little bit of room there. And I do not hold the clamp as long on these front pieces. And then I kind of just like pull it. I like those to fall a little bit straighter. All right, that'll be good enough. Okay. I'm gonna let it cool off a little bit and then I like to go through with this. It's a shine spray. It's from BioSilk and it smells really good. And I literally bought this a year ago at like a TJ Maxx. And it has lasted me. So it just kind of adds some pretty shine to it. I'll add some of that shine spray. And this one, it just smells so good. And it just makes it so pretty and shiny. Okay, next, I'm gonna do a really quick face. So I am a Unique presenter, so most of my makeup comes from Unique. I've been a presenter for almost 3 years, about 2.5 years, and I have just loved the products, so my whole collection turned into mostly Unique. But I do have a few drugstore products. So I'm gonna start with my primer. This is actually a hydrating face primer, which is what I really need because I have very dry skin, no matter what time of the year. So this one's really nice because it is moisturizing and hydrating. So when I put that on, I kind of let it sit for a little while. So what I will also do is I will prime my eyelids. So this is the Moodstruck Eye Primer. And the funny thing about my skin is that my face, like all my face, other than my eyelids, is really dry. And then when we get to my eyelids, they're really like oily, and the reason I know that is because if I don't use primer on my eyelids and I put eyeshadow, it will crease and it just moves. It doesn't stay put. And it doesn't take too long for the face primer to sink in. Now this is gonna be a really like light look, like not full coverage or anything like that, but my favorite BB Flawless Cream, and I get it in the shade Honey, and this lasts forever. This is just a new one that I've opened, but usually they last a really, really long time, like at least 6 months. So I'll go through and I just use my hands to rub it in. And it's light coverage, but it kind of evens out your skin tone. It does keep that shine on your skin, which I like. I like that dewy look. But if you don't like that, then you can go through with a powder and kind of powder some of those areas. Now, the next thing that I do is I'm using, these are drugstore, but I've fallen in love with them. So for me, concealer, I feel, because my skin is so dry, that when I use a concealer like under my eyes or anything like that, it just looks kind of cakey on me. So I have found, this is by Maybelline. It's that Age Rewind, and my mom actually uses them, and I borrowed hers once and I really liked it. So I got 2 shades. So the first shade I got is in Fair, and this is the one that I use just to like kind of even out some little red areas. So I have this little spot here and over there, and I'll go like around my nose and just kind of, and it's funny because you can just color it however, because you're gonna blend it in. But this one really matches my skin tone, so it's not really gonna make too much of a difference. It's just gonna kind of blend in the redness. And then I will use a lighter shade. This one is in Ivory, and this one, this is where I go through for like that brightening under eye. So I'll draw like a big upside down triangle, and I love this, like I said earlier, because it is so light. It doesn't feel cakey. Then I'll go down my nose, right on the Cupid's bow, and I already have some on my chin, but I like to go right in the middle, and sometimes I'll add a little more right there on the forehead. So once I have that on, I'll sometimes just let that sit for a little bit, and I have like a little blender, mini blender sponge. So I'll just go through and very gently tap it. Okay, so it still doesn't look completely blended, but don't worry. Now, we're getting closer to summer. I love a bronzy look. So what I've been doing, now I need to get into my brushes. What I've been doing is I've been using, and I love this, is from Unique. It's called the Sculpting Trio, and it is like a contour palette. And it's about to retire, so I'm gonna need to order another one because I just started using this like around Christmas, and I've gone through 2. This is my second one. So I have a brush that's kind of like, I don't know how to describe that, but it's almost like if you were pinching it. And I'm gonna go through with this dark color, and I'm just gonna make a line right underneath my cheekbone in this color. And what's gonna do is it's gonna play with the light. So it's gonna add kind of like a shadow look, and right now obviously it's not blended in, but. And what I do is I kind of draw like a frame around my face, like where the sun would naturally hit. So I go around my forehead, and then I'm gonna take it back on this side. Keep in mind, I'm not a makeup artist at all. I just play. And then I'll also go underneath my jaw. Okay, now this is not blended in yet, and then I'll also use my finger and I'll make a little line. This is just creating shadows, and then kind of across the front. Okay, so now what I'll do is I will set with this lighter. This is a powder, so this is a cream, this is a powder, and then this is like another cream illuminator, but I'm gonna use a different kind of illuminator today. So I'm gonna use this light powder, and this is what's gonna set those areas where I put that lighter concealer before I'm gonna go at it with the bronzer, because I love bronzer. And I know there can be a fine line between too much bronzer, but I don't know, you can decide for yourself if I look crazy. So that's what I've done with that lighter powder. I just gone and set like the areas that I had put that lighter concealer, and now I'm gonna get a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to get the Beachfront Bronzer in Hermosa. This is also by Unique. This is also retiring. So, and they also last forever. I think the last time I ordered this was like in August or something. So I'm gonna use my fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna go and kind of just go at it to add color and kind of blend in all those areas that I had added that cream darker contour. Okay, and then the nose, I'll just kind of go with my fingers. All right, so there's my bronzer. And now the fun part, which I've been just lately getting into, is the highlighter. So this, fun fact, I actually got in an airport at Christmas, and this is by Benefit, and it's called the Cheek Leaders, and it was like a triple, it's got a blush, a highlighter, and a bronzer, but this highlighter is amazing. Shades of makeup. So I'll take the highlighter, it's called Cookie, and I'll just go real lightly on my cheekbone, and it really shimmers. And then I'll go on the other side, right there. But I'm gonna show you, I have another highlighter that I have fallen in love with. So right before all this pandemic, I happened to go to Ulta and buy this Morphe palette. It's a highlight and contour palette, and it has all these different bronze colors, and then it has these really pretty highlighters. So what I've been doing is I'm loving this color. It's called Supernova, that one right there. And I will take a small brush, and I'm gonna get some and put just a little bit right on the tip of my nose, and then kind of down the bridge of my nose, and then on my Cupid's bow, and it just kind of like glows. And then what I'll do is, I've been using it on my eyelid, but I'm just going to put it right near the lashes. Actually, I kind of did it over my whole eyelid, but I'm gonna go back with another color. So instead of, these bronzers don't actually work for my face color, but I have been using them for eyeshadow. So I'm using this color called Enemy, and I'm gonna go with my fluffy crease brush, and I'm just gonna blend in the crease, and it adds that really cool like pop of color. So other side. So the lid near the lashes is that highlighter color. It's kind of like an iridescent color. And then the crease has this bright, I don't know, I like it. I like it for summer and spring. And then, so I'll do my eyebrows next. And before I do that, I'm gonna prime my eyelashes. So I just had to take off my lash extensions, which I was very sad about, but I wasn't able to get them refilled, and there was only like a few hanging on. So I YouTubed how to get them off safely, and luckily all my lashes are still there. But I'm gonna start using mascara again until I can get my lash extensions back. So I like this primer. This is by L'Oreal, and it's got mascara on the other end too. But I'll go through and just add a coat of the primer first. So I'm gonna let that set, and as I'm letting that set, I'm gonna go through for the brows. So Younique has this wonderful brow powder palette, and I love it, and it's lasted me a year. I'm gonna need to reorder, but again, this is gonna be retiring too. A lot of the products are gonna be retiring to make room for new products, which I'm excited about. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the brow definer, and like I said, I have to draw in where my brows are supposed to grow in, but they don't. So I'm using this angled brow brush. I'm gonna take the lightest color, and I'm just gonna tap it in, and what it does is it attaches to your brow hairs. So if you don't have a problem growing your brow hairs, you only need the powder palette. You won't need the pencil, but I need to draw them in. And then what I also love about this palette is it's got this setting gel, which as you can see, I'm gonna need to order another, but it just sets everything in so your brows don't move. And my ends usually need it, so. There we go, and now it's time for the lashes. Now this one comes with a mascara on the other end, and I like it, but I really love the Unique 4D mascara. So with the primer on, and then you add this on top, it's like awesome. So I'm gonna go through and do that real quick. Our look. I'm gonna add a little bit of gloss. So I like this one, it's just super light. It's called Lucid. And there we go. I've been setting my face with this Super Goop. It's a SPF 50, so it's got sun protection setting spray. And that's it. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching.